Thanks for watching this edition of the Fox 7 Austin Crime Watch digital exclusive. I'm Dave Freilich, and in this episode, we're taking a look at some of the most clicked on crime stories on our website, fox7austin.com, this year. Stories like the one about the North Texas men who allegedly planned to murder men and enslave women on a foreign island, as well as the story we did that examined the data on exactly how many bodies have been found in Lady Bird Lake. Take a look.
It reads like fiction, but the indictment is no fantasy. Two North Texas men, 21-year-old Gavin Weisenberg of Allen and 20-year-old Tanner Thomas of Argyle, now charged with what investigators call a chilling plot to launch a violent coup of Gonave Island off the coast of the Haitian mainland.
The government doesn't have to prove that these two defendants actually committed an offense, just that they conspired. But there must be an agreement to actually commit the offense.
Federal prosecutors allege the pair planned to murder the men living on the island and seize control. 87,000 people live on the island. The document details months of planning, recruiting, weapons research, even an attempt to buy a sailboat to reach their target. Both have been charged with conspiracy to murder, maim, or kidnap in a foreign country.
A conspiracy charge involves an agreement by two or more people to commit a crime, and there has to be an overt act, at least one, to further the crime.
The feds allege both men took extraordinary steps between August 2024 and July 2025 to effectuate their mission, like studying the Haitian Creole language. In August of 2024, Weisenberg enrolled in the North Texas Fire Academy in Rockwall, according to the indictment, to receive special training to use in the coup attempt, but failed out in February. Nobody was at the academy when we stopped by Friday afternoon for comment.
There's definitely evidence, apparently emails or other postings, that demonstrate they were out. At least they voiced that they were going to do this and they were going to recruit people to help them.
The charging documents also reveal how Thomas enlisted in the U.S. Air Force in January of 2025 for the purpose of obtaining military training that would be useful during the planned attack. Lawyers representing both of the accused released statements to Fox 4. One reads, "Tanner will be entering a plea of not guilty on Monday. We do not yet have the alleged evidence that the government has to use to bring this case, but we will be getting it soon, and we will be defending this case vigorously." Weisenberg's attorney said in part, quote, "It will become clear what actually did not, and could not have happened. Reserve judgment and don't buy into the hype, at least not yet." Nobody answered the door at an Allen address linked to Weisenberg late Friday, but a neighbor confirmed seeing FBI activity at the house a few months back.
You hope that it does decrease the frequency of this criminal activity.
Lawmakers are cracking down on jugging, a trending crime across the state of Texas.
It'll be interesting to see how it develops over the next year or two, whether or not these cases are publicized and prosecuted.
House Bill 1902 was signed into law on Friday, making jugging a state jail felony effective September 1st. Jugging is the act of following a person from a bank or ATM with the intent to steal the funds at another location or from the victim's vehicle. Austin attorney Sam Bassett says the new legislation is necessary, but may face challenges in the courtroom.
The prosecution of the mere following somebody from an ATM is going to be a little bit tricky, because how do you prove that they were following them for the purpose of committing a crime if they don't come near them or if they don't actually communicate with them?
Jugging could also be enhanced to a third or first-degree felony based on the severity of the crime.
Obviously, a robbery after a following you from an ATM has just got to be a terrifying incident. So I think it makes sense to enhance that robbery up to a larger possibility of prison, a longer possibility of prison than a regular robbery.
The crime carries penalties of 180 days in jail and up to $10,000 in fines, or even life in prison if it becomes a first-degree felony.
You're just hoping this has a deterrent effect in society in general, and people quit using these ATM situations as opportunities.
The Lady Bird Lake deaths have caught people's attention with speculation surrounding the possibility of a serial killer, but investigators have found no reason to believe that. There have been at least 38 bodies found in or around Lady Bird Lake since 2022, according to data obtained by Fox 7. Of those, 30 were male. About 60% were between the ages of 30 and 49. Only 2 of them were teenagers, including the body found on Tuesday.
Another paddleboarder was here out on Lady Bird Lake and notified us that it appeared that an individual was deceased and floating on Lady Bird Lake. While the latest body to surface in the lake has not been identified yet, Austin police believe it's likely the teenager who went missing on Sunday. He was paddleboarding and kayaking with his family. We're told he got off to stand in shallow waters, but unknowingly was near an underwater shelf, which is a sudden drop-off in the lake. At some point during their paddleboarding session, one of the individuals went missing from their family. He stepped or slipped off and never resurfaced. His backpack and life jacket were still on the board. The individual that we have today is wearing the same clothes as the person that was reported missing Sunday evening, making him at least the 7th body of 2025 in Lady Bird Lake. In the past 3 years, the causes of death have mainly been attributed to accidental drownings. Second is suicide, as well as drug overdoses and natural causes. Only 1 case has been ruled a murder. About half a dozen of these cases remain unknown. The Austin Police Department continues to reiterate that there's no reason for them to believe these deaths are connected. Yeah, police have no reason to suspect any foul play, and there weren't any trauma wounds found on the corpse of this most recent body.
I've had a lot of things happen down here, and mostly I can handle them. What's happening lately feels very different and feels very unsafe.
C. Jane has been on the drag for 20 years. Kat Key has seen, heard, and experienced a lot. She says the last couple years, though, it's all ramped up. She says one instance in particular terrified her. In September last year, a man walked into her boutique wearing 2 backpacks, one in front and one on his back.
He appeared to be talking into a receiver in his ear, looking into his phone, speaking to someone. I don't know if there was actually someone there or not, demanding a Wi-Fi password and threatening to blow the store up. I've never really experienced anything like that, and I really thought that's what was going to happen.
She demanded he leave. He then made his way down to other businesses on Guad, threatening people inside. He was eventually arrested. He posted bond and was let out under the conditions he stay away from the victims and stay at least 200 yards away from the store. But apparently he hasn't followed those conditions. In recognizable attire,
wearing a suit, wearing a white motorcycle helmet with a blacked out visor.
He's reportedly punching random people and groping women on the drag.
Why is it okay that he is still committing crimes within that area, violating the bond, and what is the accountability for that?
This man's name is Eamon Labidi. He was a student at UT from the fall of 2020 to spring of 2024. April 2024 is when he first entered into the criminal justice system. Since,
he has continued to come right back out and do more criminal activity behavior, negatively impacting the neighborhood.
Students are in danger. We're in constant fear down here. And I just wish somebody would take it seriously.
But soon it won't be Key's problem anymore. She's closing her doors.
I'm closing the store. Several factors, but safety is a big one.
She says she just can't do it anymore.
Well, at this point, it's just best to close the doors and hope for the best and hope somebody can change the outlook of the drag going forward.
For Greg Kelley, life did not always feel like it was on target.
goodness. In 2014, I was wrongfully convicted for a crime I did not do. I was sentenced to 25 years in prison.
His senior year of high school in Leander, Kelley was wrongfully convicted of 2 counts of aggravated sexual assault of a child. He served 3 years in prison before getting out on bond. Then, bullseye. A post-conviction Texas Ranger investigation found evidence pointing to another suspect, exonerating him.
I wanted to be a better person than when I came in. Not just for me, but for this woman who stood by my side, that future daughter that I now have who is 7 months old, that I wanted so bad to be a dad, and that was robbed from me. To get football back, which I did.
He also launched an axe-throwing company called Tomahawk Target. He makes and sells targets with skills he learned behind bars.
When I was in prison, I learned a lot about power tools. I learned how to craft. I spent a lot of my time in the craft shop, working in the factory, learning how to craft things. It was a way for me to find peace in a very difficult time.
He also has 2 traveling axe-throwing trailers, which have made it all the way to F1.
One thing I realized in prison is I know how to spend time alone, so I'm okay with being alone, but I've also missed hanging out with people. Throw it like you mean it.
It's teaching others that he enjoys the most with this new passion.
People just explode with excitement and enthusiasm. So if I could be a part of that in anybody's life, whether it being helping team building events with companies or just providing an awesome experience for a kid's birthday party, that'd be awesome, and that's why I do it.
A sense of healing and community is what he aims for now, and it starts in this trailer.
There's a way to still love and to still move forward and to still obtain and grab your life by the horns and go get after it.
These were just a few of the crime stories people were clicking on our website this year. And fox7austin.com is where you can always go to check out segments and stories you may have missed. CrimeWatch stories run every Monday on Fox 7 Austin News at 9. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and stream our shows and content on our Fox local apps. Those are free to download and available for your mobile device as well as on connected TV platforms like Apple TV and Roku. Thanks for watching the Fox 7 Austin Crime Watch YouTube exclusive.